Hello there. So, we made 4 basic tutorials about prologue, and we covered movement and combat, perils, spell cards, prestige, leader, and being wrought and corrupted. But today I wanted to sit down and just go like kind of overall, make a overall basic tutorial where we're gonna visit the game guide in the game, the basic characters that you get into the game. We're not gonna go over DLCs. Because most likely you're not gonna buy DLCs in the full start, and that's for you later on to discover if you want to or not. So we're gonna just go over basic ones, and then we're gonna hop into the custom game just to talk about a few things that are not mentioned in the game guide, or that are, but I wanted to explain more and better, and then I'm gonna wrap up. So like basic overall video that kind of combines all 4 tutorials that we made, the game guide in the main menu, and go over characters that you get with the basic game. All right, so let's go over the characters. So in clan grounds you can see only character that you have. I personally have all of them because one of my viewers bought me the DLC, and that's a story for another time. He's a beautiful person. First one is Stain. Now, in every character, you have, this is since new update, overview, you have loadout, you have story, and you have mastery. Mastery is the thing that you get throughout playing the character more and more. So you win a game or you finish the game with him, you get a chest and key, and so on. Sometimes you gotta play more than 2 games to get to the next level. Story, there's a story of every character, I think, in the game. There are even clan grounds novels in the shop that you can buy for free. Loadout is the place where you can see the hero's stats, equip dices, skins for dices, skins for that character, and boasts when they explore, I think, and kill someone, and actions like that. Amulet and rings are the things that you can choose before the game when you pick a character, or during the selection of the heroes. Amulets gives you bonuses like +1 fight, +1 body, +1 wit, receive a bonus star after multiplayer match, star with 2 prestige, and so on. It's up to you to choose what you want to get, and you get them more by I think leveling up and buying DLCs. Rings do the same thing. For example, this one called Sapphire grants stealth on mountains day and night. So it's up to you to choose what character you want to play and what amulets and rings you want to go. Now, in this consideration, it comes whether you think that's going to help your character, whether you think it's going to help for you to win a certain way of the game, or even both. Combine your character and his passive with these amulet rings for you to win a game. Every character has that clan affinity. For the wolf clan, it's for the night, so you get a +1 die during the night. And that means that you're gonna get +1 die during the perils, +1 dies during the fights. And passive for Thane is sword cards burn in the battle pierce opponent's defenses. So when you're in a battle and you burn the cards, they have icon sword, that means they're gonna pierce through the enemy's shield they have in defense. Mercuria, he's a night clan, he gains 1+ die during night, steal 1 gold from the owner of settlement when you claim it. In my opinion, pretty useless character. I mean, you're only gonna get 1 gold more from the settlement when you claim it. I mean, initially you're gonna be gaining more gold. Personally, I don't play this dude. Obviously, it's up to you to find if you like his stats and his clan affinity combined with obviously amulet rings and his passive. Sana is the day clan. She has +1 die during the day. These are her stats. You can't see this because of her staff. Lol, I just realized that. And then when fighting, corrupted creature uses spirit in place of fight. So you guys know in general when you fight people, you use your sword, the bottom left icon, like the for dice, number of dices you have. But when you're Sana, Uh, you do use your sword, but if the corrupted creature, if you're facing the corrupted creature, that gets replaced by your spirit, by this fire icon, and that's gonna be your number of dice you're gonna get in a battle. Amber, personally, Santa Amber, I played them. They're day clan, they plus one die during the day, and Raider has, Amber has Tomb Raider passive, higher chance of finding rewards when exploring. When you go and enter the dungeons, you can get many of things, and she has a higher chance of getting like getting rewards instead of getting those banes that can go and spawn from the from the dungeons. Amber, River, she's Night Clan, she has plus one die during the night. River shoots her bow for 1 damage before initiating battle. If the target is killed, she stays her ground. Still consumes AP. Basically, if you want to fight someone, before going into the full like movie in like where you fight, she's gonna shoot 1 arrow before, deal 1 damage, and if target is killed, she stays on her ground, but she still uses that 1 action point because she attacked him. Zosha at night, Zosha gains stealth everywhere, and she's Night Clan, he gets 1 die during the night, so that's pretty good if you want to be more sneaky and kind of more safe during the night. And Brune is +1 fight for each spell cast until end of your next battle or end of your next turn. Basically, you're gonna be casting spells, and you're gonna get a +1 fight for each spell you cast. So when you get into the battle, you're gonna have loads of fights or loads of dices to fight. Until that battle, until the end of the next turn. So if you go into the battle and you use it, you're gonna spend it there. If you don't go to the battle, you're gonna have that until the end of your next turn. So it's up to you if you want to use it aggressively or passively. And Barnaby, finally the last character in the basic complete of characters you get. Day Clan, he has 1 die during the day. Equipping over an item in your inventory will return into your hand with cost gain removed. So when you have the hand and cards in the hand, if you equip an equipable, let's say in battle, gain +1 shield. With this dude, you can get that card back to your hand with cost of that card and gain being removed. So I think it goes freely back to your hand. I never played this dude, but I've seen people playing, and he's pretty solid character. Personally, so far, with Thane, you can be aggressive and go for kill the king or just lay out everyone for the prestige. Mercurio, I never played this dude, so it's up to you to find what suits you. Sana and Amber, me personally, I went for the stones, to collect the stones because of her passive and getting better chances of finding rewards, and Sana because I'm gonna be casting a lot of spells, and if I came across a corrupted creature, I'm gonna have a better chance of fighting it because I have only 2 swords, so I'm gonna be using my spirit. That's just me personally what I did. River, you can either play passively or aggressively, it's up to you. And then Zosha, I thought about this, and I think Zosha can be pretty good for stones as well, because at night you're gonna be stealth, so you're more defensive in a way, or aggressive if you want to attack someone and he doesn't know where you are. Brune, obviously from the passive, he's aggressor. And Barnaby, never played him. From what I've seen, he can be pretty good in attacking. So those are the things that you can get from those basic characters that you have in the basic game. If you do end up buying the DLCs, you gain those characters, and obviously they have their own passives and a lot of new different ways for you to discover what playstyle is for you. I get a lot of questions like, Yopa, what is the best character? The answer to that best character is the character that suits you the best. Like, it suits your playstyle, suits your way of thinking, how you want to win the game, with his passive, with his rings and amulets. It's really up to you. There's no like best character. I know I said that Mercurio is pretty useless character because his passive is kind of shit. But all other characters are solid. It's just the way you play it. Maybe Mercurio can be good as well, but you have to develop and learn through how to play with his passive and his clan affinity to make him good. But so far, I haven't seen people really doing much with Mercurio. Maybe some people can prove me wrong, but I'm just saying, all in all, he's not that good. But every other character is just fine. Game guide. Now, these are the quick tips we're gonna go through quickly. These are the things that can happen in your game. Ambush. So if a character is ambushed when they engage in a conflict with somebody who's in stealth. It is possible for two characters in stealth to accidentally attack each other, thus manage them ambushing each other. When a character is ambushed, they're unable to burn cards. Let's say I'm in a stealth and you attack me, I'm not gonna be able to use my cards to burn them. Armello and dices. Obviously, the thing we spoke about in the first video. Swords as counts as an attack in a fight. Shield counts as a defense, blocking opponent's attack. Sun counts as an attack when rolled during the day when night misses. Moon counts as an attack when rolled during the night in the fight. Day misses. Rod counts as a miss unless you are a corrupted creature. Vile Tree counts as an attack and explodes, awards a bonus die. If you attain 5 points of rod and you can corrupt your wilds, and rods will be switched. So wilds are gonna be counted as misses, and rods are gonna be counted as an attack and explode. Dice modifiers. This is certain heroes. Okay, certain heroes and hero power changes how dice behave. These effects are called dice modifiers. There are 3 types of dice modifiers that can appear: pierce, penetrates a defense, dealing damage when even blocked; reflect, blocks an attack and reflects it back to your opponent. That's pretty cool. Poison your opponent with this attack deals damage. When 2 modified dice meet, either pierce and meets reflect, they cancel each other out and neither die has any effect pretty logically. Poison, what is poison? That means every time the character moves, he's gonna lose 1 HP. Pains are that creature that spawn from certain tiles and dungeons and nights. And if you're close to them, when the night is if one tie away from Banes, they're gonna attack you. They're corrupted, and obviously, since they're corrupted, they regain +1 HP for every character they kill. They do receive a bonus die at night. If you slay a Bane, you do get +1 rod, but you still gain 1 prestige for it. And if you're corrupted hero, you gain +1 rod instead of +1 prestige. These characters do not go to the stone circles because every character that is corrupted and goes into the stone circle dies immediately. Battle, we covered that, how that works, you already know. Yeah. Although pretty cool, interesting to go through. Actually, yeah, let's go through that. Because you cause damage to your opponent by securing more attack dice than her defense dice. Logically, should combatant who causes most damage survive, they will win the battle, right? But if the attacker wins the battle, they will advance and take the tile, pushing the defender back. That's pretty important to know. So if you win the battle, you're gonna go to that tile, and that dude who just lost is gonna go back. If the defender wins the battle, they will hold their ground remaining on that tile, which means attacker is gonna go back. I think if the combatant takes enough damage to deplete their health, they will be killed during the turn and sending them back to their clan castle, aka clan grounds. That's where you respawn, and you can remember you cannot cast cards from the clan grounds, unless I think it's for your inventory, like equipables and followers. Bounties. A hero can get a bounty for acting against the crown in various manners, via King's Decoration or by having cards played on them by the heroes. A bounty will see King's Guards pursue at dawn with a new reward on your head, perhaps even other heroes. There are 3 levels of bounties: Wanted, Fugitive, and Traitor. Each dawn your bounty is active and will increase in a level. Bounties can only be cleared with Rapier, Trickery, or by that. Remember, you can claim other heroes' bounties. So if you attack King's Guards, if you enter the palace, you're gonna get bounty level. or if somebody puts a card on you, and every day I think, yeah, every day your bounty gains bonus level, so that means you get more gold on your head and more prestige if somebody kills you. If you're level 1, you're worth 2 gold and 1 prestige. And obviously, if you want, the king guards are gonna attack you when the day is. When you're fugitive level 2, you have 4 gold and 2 prestige. You get prioritized over other targets. And if you're trader, you gain 6 gold and 3 prestige. And you're gonna be chased by king's guards even further. Attacking king guards or entering the palace will always result in a bounty. Attacking the king himself will immediately make you a traitor. Yeah. Buffs. Clan grounds, corrupted, evade. Okay, evade when attacked, because we already know what corrupted and clan grounds is. Nobody can attack in clan grounds. You may play character yourself, but not outside of the clan ground. That's what I said. Kinda. Corrupted, we already know what corrupted is. Evade when attacked, roll with, not fight, and all attack will count as defense instead. Evading characters always retreat. So yeah, if you're weighted, you do not use your sword, you use your wits as a fight and as rolls, and everything comes to the defense. But every character is always retreat. So if you have a weight on you, after the battle, you're gonna go back to the next tile instead of staying on that tile. Fortified defenders in fortified tiles receive +1 shield in battle. That's when you're in the mountains, you get +1 shield in battle. Fugitive, bring the bounty in your hand for King's Guard required. I said for bounties what levels they are, but with the bounties you can get them away from you. Like you can remove your banter from the trickery card called Retrieve, or by dying. Then you're gonna respawn your clan battle in clan grounds and you lose your bounty. Infected, you already know what that. Intimidated, your hero suffers minus ice in combat. Item cards currently in effect. Poison, minus health per action point spent. Quest vision, all allows you to see locations for other heroes' quests. Scout prevents creatures from evading and reveals hidden objects like quests, stealth creatures, and parent information on scouting tiles. Spell, blah blah blah. Spirit Walker, if you have 4 stones, this is pretty important. Spirit Walkers no longer gain rot, but will instead lose 1 health for each point of rot they will otherwise receive. That means if you have 4 stones, if you gain a rot, if you do not gain rot as icon, you lose immediately 1 HP from your health. Spirit Walkers are cleansed creatures with a back card, the Kings and the Banes, so on adjacent tiles, purging them of rot and killing them instantly costs 1 action point and hero stays on the ground. This means if you have 4 stones and you're like cleansed, that means that you can one-shot Banes by using only 1 action point on them, and you're gonna stay on your ground. But you do remember that Banes always avoid Spirit Walkers. Stealth, currently invisible to other characters. Any character who attacks or defends against a stealth character will be ambushed. Any character who attacks or defends against a stealth character will be ambushed. We covered ambush in the beginning. Yep, trickery cards currently in effect. Wanted, if you're wanted by the crown, bounty in your head is placed, and we covered what bounty is. Burning cards, you can burn cards in battle if you want to match the symbols in perils, or if you want to just have more attack or shield. It's up to you. It depends on the situation. Chest collections, you gain chests after the matches you can open. Explode pool is pretty interesting. So in battles and perils, certain die symbols will explode, causing a bonus die to be rolled. By default, only wild symbols explode, exactly, but certain statuses and card effects, such as becoming corrupted, change which symbols explode. So the maximum number of explodes you can attain in single battle or peril is limited by your explode pool. Under normal circumstances, your explode pool is equal to your spirit stat. However, becoming corrupted will cause your explode pool to be equal to your rot value instead. In addition, certain cards and effects can modify your explode pool value from these base values. These rules are restrictions apply to all creatures, even the king. During a battle or peril, these participants' explode pools can be seen at the bottom of the screen. Outside of the battle and battles, you can check a hero's explode pool on a hero shelf. In the battles, as I said, wild symbols explode. Every character has its default explode pool. You can modify them by placing cards, or if you craft it, it doesn't use your what's it called? It doesn't use your spirit as explode value. It uses your rod, and explode happens when you gain a vial. You gain 1 attack and you gain 1 bonus die. Exploring, those are the dungeons that you can go through and get the rewards. You can get treasures, gold, magic, and wandering followers, but beware, sleeping cores also have these ancient homes, which means Banes can spawn from those tiles. The chance of successful outcome when exploring dungeons can be improved by equipping appropriate items and followers, and the odds and quantitative so rewards vary from day to night. There is higher chances of spawning the Bane in the night if you explore than during the day. The day, most likely you're gonna get rewards. Inventory and party, we already covered. The equipables go on the left side and followers go to the right side. Pretty cool thing to do is to know is if you have a card and you want to unequip it, you need to place another card on top of it, and that card that was already in inventory and is being replaced right now is gonna be replaced and discarded. King's decorations, every day who prestige leader has choose between 2 law. Once a selected is decoration is announced to all other animals in Armello and becomes law until the dawn. Being prestige leader and in control of which king's decoration passing the law is powerful and favorable position to be in, but not the best way to make friends. Again, it's up to you how you want to play the game. King's guards. Every dawn, King's guards patrol the kingdom for metal. Police elements pursue bounties and put down Banes. So every day they move, and I think every night Banes move as well. They're gonna pursue elements and try to terrorize them. They're gonna pursue bounties and try to kill players or attack players who have bounties, and gonna put down Banes because Banes are like corrupted and they don't like corrupted creatures. At the start of the game, King's guards are neutral and will generally ignore heroes and protect elements in the kingdom. That's in the beginning of the start of the game. However, once a hero injures the king and gains a bounty, they will track the hero down and attempt to slay them. King's guards receive a bonus die during the day and are equipped with their signature move, a weapon, a hare's halberd. Killing a King's guard will cost you hero 1 prestige, so if you kill a King's guard, you lose 1 prestige. Magic, we already know what that is. It's for the casting the spells, and it's realigned with a knight. With your spirit. Spell cards are also limited in range by the power of caster spirit stat. A hero with spell 3 will have a spell range of 3 tiles. You upper your chance of the range of what you can cast spells by your spirit, and we covered that in the second video. And most heroes in the quest for the throne will lean upon their selecting spellcast abilities, no matter how limited. In almost all cases, spell cards are cast using a hero's magic resource. Again, that's up to you how you want to play. Yes, some characters are more for spell casting, but it's up to you. And sometimes you can like cast gold to gain more magic. Spell cards are also limited in range by the power of caster's spirit stat. A hero with spirit of 3 will have a spell range of 3 tiles. I mentioned that. Movement, action points, you know how that works. Multiplayer, obviously, you gain stars after victory. You can read this on your own. Basically, you gain certain things when you finish the game, and then you're gonna get like new icons, and you gain chests as rewards. This is not really important. It's for the people who care about stats. Me personally never cared about stats in any game that I played, because I do not think the numbers really represent your skill, even though like in competitive play they do, but like sometimes people can get lost in the numbers, like in real life and in the games. But this is up to you. You gain certain things about stars and so on, like chests after that. I don't personally want to go into it because I don't think it's that important. I'm teaching you the basics of the game. Like you can play the game without knowing what you get after the multiplayer. Like this doesn't affect your gameplay. Perils, we covered what perils are in the video. Now, here's the thing. Perils will test one of the two test stats depending on the card in question. Trickery perils will test your wits. Remember that. And spell cards will test your spirit stat. That means you're going to be using spirit with amount of dice you're going to get in spell perils, and you're going to be using your wits as amount of cards you have in trickery perils. Trickery are the red ones and spell ones are the green ones. You can scout before that to see what peril it is with a card for its scout. Burning cards is an excellent strategy to help pass nasty perils. That is correct. Perils difficulty or resist level is represented by the number of symbol matches required. Yes, you can even have cards that make perils difficult. So like +1 dice, you need to match one plus 1 more dice, or reduce, so it's easier for you the match symbols you need to. And then it's possible that peril may require more symbol matches than your hero has dice of. Obviously, if a peril's difficulty can be modified via certain cards, that's what I just said. Playing perils. Most spell and trickery cards can be played as perils. Yeah. To play a peril to the map, you will need to have resources to play the card, gold or magic in most cases, and select a valid target for the peril. Obviously, you need to have resources to actually pay and get the card, place the peril on the tile. Cards that feature with a peril symbol in the bottom right corner can be played to valid tile as a peril. It's bottom right, I think. Yeah, bottom right corner. That way you can see what card is a peril. It has that icon there. Playing perils in Armello is a core mechanism to hindering and undermining the actions of other heroes on their quest to the throne. But be careful, you can obviously place a peril. You can get into the peril on your own as well. Other heroes will not be able to see what card you peril or its difficulty unless they have a scout ability. That's what I mentioned. Prestige, you gain prestige by killing players, banes, and receiving your quests. At the end of the day, at the start of the day, you're a prestige leader and you're gonna declare the law. Routing, heroes which have lost in battle but survived can only retreat into one of these 3 tiles directly behind them. So, if these tiles are blocked and hero is unable to retreat, they will be killed, routed, regardless of how much health they have remained. So if let's say I'm Amber and Mercurio loses the battle but survived, he can only retreat behind him, diagonally bottom right or diagonally top left. If he can't go to either of those players, he's gonna be rooted and killed immediately, aka back to your clan grounds, aka get good at the game. Spirit stones, I already covered them. We know what they are. You can collect them and be a spirit walker, and you can cleanse the king by approaching the palace. Doing the palace if you have, unless you did a quest. After 5 quests, you can gain a palace entry, and that means that you when you go to the palace, you won't have on your side of your base peril. You can go there, and the next turn just attack the king. You do not actually fight the king. You just cleanse him, and you win the game. And you can one-shot Banes with 1 action point. Due to the ability, the clan's clearers can build Blackheart. If Spirit Walkers can reach the king's throne room, they can cleanse the kings of Rodrot and save the kingdom of Armello, winning the game in Spirit Stone victory. That's what I just said. But again, I always say you don't need to go for the. Obviously, you don't need to go for the Spirit Stones. Me personally, I have been doing this. It's up to you to find your playstyle and character and everything like that. Palace. Entering the royal palace is a dangerous affair. The palace is surrounded by the palace gardens, which contain 4 difficult palace perils. This means that on every side of the palace that you're gonna have a peril. It's gonna be different icons. So like in that peril, what it's gonna use, like either your wits, spirits. I think it may have swords and body as well. Any moves made entering the palace or within it will consume all your remaining action points, including attacking the king. Yep. When a hero attempts to gain entry to the palace or attack the king, they can place a bounty upon their head. Yes, you always gain a bounty when you attack or enter the palace. This will cause King's Guard to hunt them down as a traitor to the crown. And if another hero claims the bounty first, they will gain bonus prestige and gold. We covered that. Tip: each palace peril has a specific symbol that need to be matched. Learn them in advance in order to prepare for the peril, unless you did the 5 quests and you don't have a peril on your side of your base or clan grounds. As you gain a palace entry after completing 5 quests. The rod, we covered that, we know what that is. In our previous videos. You lose 1 health per dawn if you have a rod. In a battle, creatures with a high rod level than your own will gain rod as a bonus dice. Corrupted: if 5 points of rod, you're fully corrupted, you retain the effects of being infected. Banes will no longer attack you. Vials now counts as misses, but rods will attack and explode. You gain +1 health for each kill and +1 rod for slaying Banes. Also, entering stone circles or stone wards will deal full. You will immediately die. This is outdated. You gain nothing like this. You immediately die. The strangers is a mischievous follower said to haunt the dungeons of Armello. Stumbling upon the enigmatic character can and likely will be seen as both as a blessing and a curse. So if you have a stranger, they're gonna go to your party regardless of whether your party is full or not. Stranger has 3 qualities. Clingy: the stranger cannot be removed from your party by recruiting over them or playing bribery to oneself. Misleading: at the beginning of your turn, the stranger will move you to a random adjacent tile. This move costs no action points but will occur every round until the stranger is no longer in your party. This is a pretty cool feature. Always it's random, and be careful about these because you have these 3. Pickle: the stranger has a chance to swap to another hero party. Should either the hero with the stranger recruited end their turn on tile adjacent to another hero, or a hero ends their turn on a tile adjacent to the hero who has the stranger recruited. One more thing: some old friends don't appreciate reunions. Okay, so Fickle is, so the stranger has a chance. This card, this stranger dude, has a chance to swap to another hero party. Should either the hero with a stranger recruited end their turn on a tile adjacent to another hero, or a hero ends their turn on a tile adjacent to the hero who has the stranger recruited. Basically, if you're 1 tile away, it has a chance to go to their party. Tiles, you know what the tiles are. You have the plains, forests, mountains, settlements, swamps, stone circles, and dungeons. Transmography, it's same like multiplayer. You can, like, if you gain should you find yourself with a numerous dice of the same rarity and from the same collection, you can sacrifice 5 and of them exchange for a random die of the next highest rarity from the same collection. You can access the transformation process with the inventory menu by selecting a die that has the tag transformable. It's up to you. I don't personally care about that, but I do have this dial that is right here. No, I have this one. That was just like a weird flex for me, but I wanted to say it out loud, and I'm so proud that I have it because it's a pretty cool die. Within the game, you can win the game by playing the king, entering the palace, and killing the kill the king in a battle. You must need to survive the encounter. If you do not survive the encounter, if you attack the king and you fail, like you die and king survives, the prestige leader is gonna win the game. Spirit stones, you already know, gain 4 of them, go to the palace and cleanse the king. Rod victory, same as like killing the king, but you have a higher chance if you're going this with a rod, because you face the king with a rod higher than his own. Kill him in a battle, you must survive the encounter. That's if you want to like go that path and be like act in a battle with your in a way that you're gonna have more dices than king if you have a higher rod value. And prestige victory, be prestige leader when a king dies of his rod infection or another hero dies in the process of killing the king. These are up to you to choose what you want to win and how you want to win. Me personally, so far I've been going for the spirit stones because it was, I don't know, I tried them one game, and ever since after that it was pretty successful, unless 2 games that I was really unlucky. I never really tried other ways to win, but I may obviously do in the future. So far it's been pretty successful with spirit stones. Either I was one move away from winning the game or actually winning the game. But really really quickly hop into the single player custom game, right? So I can just go over the further, just quick few things that you need to pay attention to, and just start a battle. We did cover a lot of things here, but I just want to say a few things. Like in general, this video, yes, is gonna be longer probably, but it's good because you're gonna learn a lot of basic things, how you can do them in a game. So king starts with 1 rod, 9 HP, then his attack is 7, right? Per day he's gonna lose 8 HP, but he is gonna get 1 rod at night. At day, King Guard's move. Remember, at night, Bane's move. You have your quest that you can go to. Every quest always gains rewards, like depending on the quest icon. If it's a wit quest, you always gain whether you lose in the dangerous option quest and prestige. So you always gain wit if it's a wit quest and prestige. Even when you fail the dangerous option, or if you want to go for the dangerous option, you can get that bonus card or a stone if you went for the stone. And since you gain that, it's gonna upper that. Ići ću pekar. Dobro, ići ću za 5 minuta. Ne? Ok. Dobro, ješćemo. And you gain maximum of that icon like a stat, whether that's a wit, so you gain 5 wits. If it's a sword, you're gonna get 4th one, and then if it's a spirit, you're gonna gain 5, and it's that stays like that because it's a max one. If you choose a quest, it's gonna spawn. Obviously, we covered that, and you're gonna go towards that. Now, I think what I want to say is I'm gonna end the video on here, like where I have my turn. Basically, you do want to complete your quest because after 5 quests, you're gonna get a free palace entry to the king's palace without doing the peril. You need to be careful where characters move. You always gotta be careful where enemies are. Even though if it's a knight and they're stealth, you gotta remember where they were before that. Remember, the tiles can act differently if it's a plain or forest or mountain or stone circle. Remember your rod damage, your rod number. Be really careful about perils and how you interact with them. Have in mind where king's guards are, and if certain people have bounties on their head. Do know that you can spawn banes from the dungeons, and remember that day and night have a huge impact on the game. Like having clan affinities, so have that in mind if it's in a battle and you're from that clan. Let's say if it's a day, you're gonna have, if you're in a clan, in a day clan, or however you wanna call it, you're gonna have +1 die, or vice versa if you're in a night clan. So you always have to pay attention to those. Remember that you can have your cards equal, the number of the cards is equal to your number of wits. So if your hand is full, you're not gonna be able to pull any cards from the wit. From the start of your turn, unless you burn cards before that or place the card on yourself to gain more wits. Equipables, sometimes you don't need to immediately put them in your inventory. You can just be more patient and wait until later on to play it. So people think you have nothing in your inventory and then you quickly equip it and they're like, oh, okay, he has that, so they're gonna be more gonna have more plans after your move. Trickery cards, gotta learn the timing when to play them, and if you want to play them, because they do cost gold. If you want to like have gold for your maybe items, and then spell cards for most likely for spellcasters, but obviously everybody can play it. they cost magic. Sometimes they cost rod, same as equivalents. They cost gold. Sometimes they can cost rod, or you gain rod. Sorry, for both of them. Sometimes, depending on the card. Uh, you have to know your way of victory in the beginning, what you want to go for, but it can change during the game. So we like have that in mind. If things don't go your way and you see there is a better option for you to win the game, go towards the win. But at the same time, whether it's option A, you know you're or you want to finish the game in the victory that you want to, or B, you change throughout the game, you always need to know what other people are going for, so you know how to stop them and how to have that maybe help you in a way of you succeeding your battle. Um, Remember that every time you kill an enemy, he's gonna be in his clan ground, respawn there, and he's gonna start from there, and he cannot attack you or anything from his clan grounds. He can only play cards on himself. And is there anything that more that I want to say? Just play smart, be patient, try to work your way around what character suits you, what way of you winning the game, but always remember you can, as I said, it may change during the battle if you find another way to win the game. I think I covered pretty much everything. So yeah, it was a bit a longer video, but it was needed because I wanted to give you guys an overall story on how the game works and what you should focus on and how you should do it. It is basic, though we didn't go really into the advanced one because me personally I'm pretty new to the game and I need to learn a lot, and even the best players always learn, so it's always a learning curve. It's a difficult learning curve, but it's a great game. As always, thank you guys for watching the video. If you find it helpful, share it, subscribe, like it, and dislike it. I would appreciate that much, and leave the positive criticism, aka feedback, in the comment section below, so I know your guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out.